preschool friends, it's Miss Daugherty. I thought that since the weather is so lovely and things are blooming and spring is here, that I would just do a little nature time with Miss Daugherty. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I was just going to show you some things. I know most of us are spending time in nature in our own backyards, looking at just the different plants and things in our neighborhoods, on our walks that we might be taking, or just there's so much you can see just sitting in your backyard too. So I just wanted to show you guys some of the fun things that I've been doing with my kids and just by myself, the ways that I've been exploring nature, even really close to home. So I hope you guys enjoy, and yeah, miss you guys, and hope you guys enjoy this time. All right, so I'm gonna turn the camera around, and I was just going to show you some of the cool plants that I have found in my own backyard. And you can do this too in your own backyards or around your neighborhood when you take a walk. But I found a really cool app called Plant Snap, so you can tell your parents about that. So you can take pictures of different plants that you might find if you don't know what it is, and it will tell you what it is, and it'll help you figure it out. So I thought that was really cool. A lot of the plants in my yard were planted before we moved in, and so I don't know what a lot of them are. So I'm trying to figure out what some of my plants in my own yard are. That's one of my goals during this time. But you can see a redbud tree, and I was showing you earlier these lilacs that I just love, and I think they smell so good. I wish you could smell them. I don't know if you could smell them. I just sniffed them, so the camera got weird. That's probably why. But you can pretend like you could smell them, and maybe you have some lilacs in your own backyard. So anyway, this is my backyard. This is a place that I spend a lot of time. We've been doing some gardening. So these are our garden beds. Pulled up a lot of weeds. Found some things, but nature can come in all forms. So in the ground, there's nature that just grows naturally, like the grass and the dandelions. Let's see if we can find some. There were some lilacs or some violets, wild violets growing in, but we're gonna do some gardening in our garden beds. We already have some lavender growing in our garden beds and some thyme. I don't know if you can see that. But there's nature in all different forms, things that you plant, things that are just growing naturally. And I love to just sit in my backyard and just look at all the different things and hear the birds singing. I don't know if you can hear the birds tweeting. There were just some bees buzzing by. So I was also going to show you, so these are some tomato plants that we got that we're going to plant in our garden soon when it gets a little bit warmer. Got them from a local garden shop. So that's nature too. These are some wild onions that we dug up when we were digging up the weeds in our garden bed and getting them ready to plant some things. So that was fun discovery. These little onion bulbs were just in our yard, in our garden bed. And my daughter Lily really liked that. I've also been doing every Friday with my kids. We've been doing nature journals. And so I just wanted to show you that's something really fun that you can do on your own or with your family if you want to. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So here is, I'm sure you guys probably know this, but my name is Anne. So it says Anne's Nature Journal or Miss Daugherty's Nature Journal. So that's just the cover page. And then we've been just taking walks around our neighborhood and taking pictures of things that we really like along our walk, and figuring out what they are with the plant app that I was telling you about, Snap Plant or Plant Snap. And we've just been drawing pictures and labeling the things that we find. So I'm pretty sure that this was from a cherry tree. I don't know if you can see that. So I painted this with my I painted this on my own. Just used some drawing pens and pencil and watercolor paint and made these pictures. This was, we went on a walk and we found bleeding heart plants, which I think are really cool, and they kind of look like hearts. They grow just like that. So that was a picture that I drew. I really love them. And I also really love tulips. So on our last nature walk, I drew bleeding hearts and tulips on my nature journal. So if you are interested, it's really fun. Just get some watercolor paint or any kind of paint or colored pencils, some pencils, and just draw some things that you see as you walk around your neighborhood, or even if you just sit in your backyard. There's still so much nature to discover and explore. So those are just some ideas for you to do with your family or on your own. Just ways that you can explore nature in your own backyard. And to end our time, I thought I would read a little poem from one of my favorite poem books. It is Mother Goose Poems, and it's illustrated by Gyo Fujikawa, who's one of my favorite illustrators. So I'm going to try to read this little poem, and maybe you guys can, it's a counting poem, so maybe you can count along with me. And it, just wanted to do it because it has to do with little bluebirds, which I've seen a lot of bluebirds and robins. I don't know if you've seen robins in your yard. So this is called, whoops, sorry about that. This is called 10 Little Bluebirds. And if you'd like to count along with me, that would be great. I love these pictures of these sweet little bluebirds. Can you count 10? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's the 10. Okay. It goes, 10 little bluebirds perched on a pine. One flew away, and then there were, how many? 9. 9 little bluebirds sitting up late. One flew away, and then there were, how many, friends? 8. Let's see if we can see 8. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little bluebirds right there. So, okay, 8 little bluebirds looking high to heaven. Sorry, it's a bit windy out here. I'm trying to do this on my own. 8 little bluebirds looking high to heaven. One flew away, and then, there's the one that flew away. And then there were, how many, friends? Did you say 7? Okay, let's see. Are there 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let's see. How many are going to be next? 7 little bluebirds picking up sticks. One flew away, and then there were, how many, friends? 6. 6 little bluebirds glad to be alive. One flew away, and then there were, how many, friends? There are 5? Let's see if there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little bluebirds sitting on a door. One flew away, and then there were, how many? I heard someone whisper 4. One of my kids is behind me, and she whispered 4. Is she right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little bluebirds. 4 little bluebirds singing merrily. One flew away, and then there were, did you hear that, friends? Is she right? Are there 3? Oh dear. Okay. 3 little bluebirds. Can you see the little bluebirds? So there's 1, 2, 3. 3 little bluebirds hidden in a shoe. One flew away, and then there were, how many? 2. 2 little bluebirds pecking at the crumb. See it pecking at the crumb? One flew away, and then there was, how many? 1. 1. See if you can see this. the last part. Let's see. One little bluebird chirping in the sun. He flew away, and then there were... How many? If you said none, you're right. And then there were none. No more bluebirds. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed that poem and just a little time in nature. I hope you guys are exploring nature. Let's see. I'm going to see if you can see me again. All right, my son's going to film this part. All right, friends, I hope that you get some time to spend outside in nature and just explore your own backyards or just walk around your neighborhoods. Or if you get to go further away, that's awesome too. But there's so much you can do just to see and just in your own, just where you live, and just sit out and listen to the birds chirping. I hope in this video you've heard lots of birds chirping, because there are lots of them, and it just makes my heart happy, and it makes my heart happy to talk to all of you, and I hope you guys are doing well, and I miss you very much. Bye, friends.